Did you know AMC stock is basically back at the same price it was at before the January 2021 rally? Let's break down what's happening today with AMC stock. Down 22%. Tomorrow is going to be an epic day. Tomorrow is going to be the conversion day. Well, the reverse split day. Yeah, it's going to get a little bit strange. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section, guys. So first things first, let's take a look at this article that says AMC stock falls 21% ahead of APE stock conversion. And apes are also falling about 6% today as well. So it's a bloody day for AMC and for ape. It says, in a Form 8K filing with the SEC last week, AMC explained that the reverse stock split is expected to occur on August 24th. That is tomorrow, which is also the record date set for a litigation settlement payment as of the close of the business day that day. Conversion of apes into AMC common stock is expected to occur on August 25th, with the ape ceasing trading that day and subsequently being delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Contingent upon the reverse stock split and conversion, AMC will make a settlement payment consisting of 1 share of Class A common stock for every 7.5 shares of Class A common stock owned by settlement payment recipients as of August 24th, the company said in its filing. Following the reverse stock split based on 51,919,239 shares of Class A common stock expected to be held by the settlement recipients, an aggregate of 6,922,566 shares of Class A common stock will be issued in the settlement, according to AMC. On Tuesday, StockTwits, a social platform for investors and traders, told MarketWatch that it is seeing panic with regard to AMC on its platform. I love panic, baby. Panic is my best friend because panic means opportunity. When you want to buy a stock like AMC is when everyone is panicking, and there's a lot of false rumors going on out there. Number one, that AMC is going to issue 500,000 shares tomorrow and raise capital tomorrow. That's obviously not true. I don't know where that rumor started. That's not a thing. Do you logically think that AMC is going to raise capital after the stock has dropped the last 3 trading days 20% every single day? Bankrupt stocks go through short squeezes and don't see sell-offs this bad. AMC is far from that. Far from going bankrupt. So when you see panic in the streets, as Warren Buffett once said, the stock market's the only deal in town where nobody shows up. That's the crossroad that we are at right now. Now, there's also other things that are affecting AMC stock today. Do not be confused. It's not just panic from retail investors. That's not it. Some of that, maybe, but that's not it. AMC is not trading options today, which I find very weird. I can't think of another instance where a stock was going to do a reverse split and there were no options traded. So I'm not exactly sure if we're going to have options trading tomorrow or if we're going to have options trading on Friday or even potentially next week. But this is also opening up the door for a lot of that shorting activity without the offset of intraday options. Now, intraday options can be very bullish or very bearish. And when there's a lack of them and really no options trading, well, you're seeing the outright bearishness narrative that is taking hold, which from hedge funds and institutions is why we're kind of bearish in the first place. There's a lot of shorting activity that has taken place over the last 3 days. This information, this reverse split, was highly televised. It was not new information. We've known about this. And AMC stock actually went higher following the ruling from the courts back here, right? Why did AMC bounce from $3.16 per share all the way up to $4.25 per share. Why did this bounce happen, this 5-day bounce? Every single day, or four days in a row, you were green. Why did this happen? Well, because retail investors were maybe not super bullish, but it was one of those scenarios where it was just so bad that how does it get worse? Well, let me tell you. 2, 3 now, back-to-back 20% drops will do it. Yeah, it will do it. And now you're at a moment in time where you were at before the January 2021 rally. When stocks fall like this and there's no risk of bankruptcy, you have to ask yourself, do I think this is going to continue to fall, or does it become justified to buy the stock at these levels? Let me tell you right now, this is something a lot of Wall Street forgets and a lot of retail investors forget. It's easy to forget. The lower the stock goes, the less risky it is. So the reason I actually know that there's no options trading today, I didn't know that until I went to buy calls on AMC because the selling is getting to an extreme point and I wasn't able to buy options. And lo and behold, there's no options trading today, which is kind of strange. Let me know your theories on why that is down below in the comment section. But these are things that are kind of having a role to play on AMC. When there's panic, well, that panic can set in very quickly, and it can be quite aggressive. Should you panic is the real question. Forget what other people are doing. Should you panic? Absolutely not. Now, the first chance I get to get some upside leverage exposure, that's what I am going to do. And if you guys would like to see it, I'll document my exact trade and show you guys when I make that trade. If that's something you guys want to see, also let me know down below in the comment section. But I do think you're at such a de-risked point with AMC, it doesn't make sense to not buy the options because you're so de-risked and the potential to make profits, I mean, is off the charts here. Completely off the charts. AMC stock is less than $2 per share. Buying the shares themselves, also pretty good idea in my personal opinion. Right? It's great. It's a lot better than $4 where we were at just 3 days ago. If the stock even recovers to that point, you're going to make 100% on buying the stock today. But I think the options is really a no-brainer here. Okay, now let's talk about some of the other things that are currently at play today with AMC stock and what we can actually expect for tomorrow. So if we take a look and just run through the Ortex data briefly for us, there's obviously no options trading, but I should point out that over the past couple of days, you have seen some very bearish option flows in between 3 and 5% positive the last 2 days. So it's been pretty dang bearish. You have a short score of 90. $324 million worth of short positions on AMC stock. Estimated short interest off free flow at 27.86%. Free flow out on loan at 39.49%. 204 million shares that are currently out on loan. Days to cover 5.54. Cost to borrow 370.69%. And utilization of 99.23%. So very squeezy numbers that you're seeing here. Let's not be confused on that. Nothing is going to change heading into tomorrow as far as the short interest, as far as the days to cover, or any other data point. It's all going to be the same. What will be different is the amount of shares outstanding. Again, your ownership will not change. Your dollar amount that you have today will not change heading into tomorrow, but you're going to have less shares available. So it's going to be like trading a stock with a lower float. Lower float stocks can move more aggressively. They can move more violently and potentially rally even more. Now, why I'm specifically excited about some of the calls when the options do come available is because if AMC were to do this 1-for-10 reverse stock split, the stock's going to be roughly $20 coming tomorrow. Again, odds are the stock does bounce and go higher, but just to get back to where we were 3 days ago, around $4 in our price currently, that would put AMC stock around $40 after the reverse split. You could make a lot of money on some of these options. And then if put it into even further context, AMC going from $2 to $10 in our price right now would be like AMC after tomorrow going from $20 to $100. There's a lot more dollars that you can actually make money from. As well as that, if you do have a large position in AMC, some of your premiums as well, if you're someone that does sell calls, collecting premium, that's going to be available to do as well, and you should be able to get some pretty good premiums on there. So that's kind of what is going on today. Now, as I said in the last video, I do expect there to be a huge jump in short interest based on the last 3 days of selling. Even if some retail investors are selling out because of the false rumors that they are seeing or hearing about, I don't think it's a large percentage of individuals. I think it's a lot of shorting that is taking place. This is the best time to short AMC if you're someone that wanted to short the stock for the arbitrage trade heading into the actual reverse split. Why not short the stock today or the last couple of days? That's exactly what they are doing. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Stonko tracker data as well. And I think this is another, very bullish thing for AMC once options do open, is just simply how bearish options are. Calls that are in the money, only 142. Get this. Puts in the money, 909,000. It does not get worse from here. What? 142 calls are going to go from into the money, out the money? Pfft, who cares? There's 735,000 calls out the money. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Puts out the money, 18,000. Drops in the bucket compared to the in the money puts and out the money calls. As you guys know, when puts do go from into the money, out the money, that is buying pressure from the market makers. And when calls go from into the money, when they were out of the money, that is also buying pressure. Now, go ahead and look back at the last video we put out. These numbers have changed. So just because you can't buy options today does not mean that there is no options out there that are being hedged for. So you have seen a lot of puts go into the money, roughly 100,000 if my memory is correct from the last video we put out at noon today. That's about 10 million shares that needed to be hedged for by the market makers. And this hedging likely has to be done by tomorrow because it gets way too complicated to do this hedging after the fact. Okay, so there is that. And I think that's important to remember. Basically, all of this hedging has to be done by the end of close today. So that's probably another big reason why AMC stock is down so much today and has fallen so much over the prior 2 days as well. So that's big. FTD numbers. FTDs do not stop for anything. Today is August 23rd. That means there's FTDs of about 11.2 million. Tomorrow, 11.9 million. The day after, 12 million. The day after that, 11.4 million. And you're at this point into next week. And then next week's obviously going to have some very large FTD numbers as well. You close out the week on Friday with 7.7 million FTDs. Still a record compared to what we have seen in the history of AMC, even on some of the lowest days of FTDs that you have seen in the last couple of weeks. So there's massive numbers of FTDs. I'm sure this does get worse after the reverse split, just based on how these things actually operate, and there could be a lot more shares that do need to be closed out than we are currently aware of. Point in being, things are so bearish, they are bullish. Funny how that works. So let me know what you think about all of this information down below in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and source your comments, questions, or concerns down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.